Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. This video is a compilation of videos that I looked at early on when I first started this channel about a little less than a year ago. And each video covers a different aspect of bowling. I'm sure there are other aspects of bowling, but these are the ones I looked at, and they were very helpful to me at the time to learn a little bit more about cricket, because the bowling aspect was very foreign to me. I'd never played a game or seen a game that delivers a ball with a nearly straight arm and the run up and things like that. So that was all new to me. And here are some videos that I looked at that helped out. Things like pace bowling, spin bowling, bouncers, and a few other things that taught me a lot about the game. So I hope you enjoy it. As you'll see, perhaps, that as I was learning about cricket, I was also learning how to make a video. So if some of the lighting looks a bit off in these videos, I hope you'll forgive me for that. And without further ado, let's get to the videos. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Before we get started today, I got to make a confession. And that confession is that before I started watching cricket a month or 5 weeks ago for the first time, I had no idea there were so many ways to bowl this ball. I had no idea. I didn't even know what this ball was like. Now I know it's hard and it's heavier than a baseball. The motion of bowling in cricket was so foreign to me that I couldn't imagine how I couldn't imagine there were very many variations. I just thought you throw it hard as you can and you bounce it and you hope for the best. I had no idea the number of ways they can make this ball move. I looked at Warne in a video on the channel, so I know kind of the spinners. At least I know what it looks like. The Yorker, I looked at that. That was a devastating way to bowl this ball. And today we're looking at swingers. Like I said, the variations in this game are just amazing to me, and I continue to learn more. And on this, this doesn't even cover the differences in the pitch condition, which I've learned makes a difference with how the ball reacts, how worn in the ball is, all that stuff. It's just amazing to me. So this will be new. The swingers will be a new way to do this. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, before I start, if you liked the video, you want to see more like this, subscribe. That would be great. Like, comment also. It would be much appreciated. And this video is from a YouTube channel called Incredible Hindi. So let's take a look. It sure looks faster than Warne was throwing his spinners. Came from an angle. Oh, that moved a lot. Wow, that in the air, right toward him. Oh man, leg before wicket, I think that's called. That's brutal. That's a brutal saying. Wow. They look fast. These look really fast. Oh man, it looks like it doesn't turn until it almost gets there. I mean, that's the way it looks. I don't know if that's true or not, but it looks like it's like, and then just turns in the air, and I don't know how you deal with that. Again, man, that it looks like it's going to be way like to his there, and then it cuts right back at him. What do you do? I mean, before I go on, I just want to say that this music makes it feel like I'm in a nightclub in Berlin in 1979 or something. I'm not saying I'm complaining about it, but it's just kind of odd. It's kind of odd for a cricket background. But it's cool. It's cool. Wow, big noise outside. Sorry about that. Plane going by. Wow, these left-handers right back into the right-handed batter, it looks like. You don't have any time to react to that. They're so quick. Then he was a right-hander. It looked like it. I can't tell. Let me see that again. He's a right-hander, and he threw it, and he made it spin back into the guy. So I guess you can go both ways. Was that deflected off the bat, the edge of the bat or something? Oh, right out the corner, it looked like. How do you get a solid, how do you get contact in the center with these things? Tough. One thing I've noticed in cricket, when they make a catch sometimes, or quite often when they make a catch for an out, they throw the ball away so quickly. They like catch it and then it's gone. They like catch gone, almost so quick you don't even know if they caught it. That must be like some sort of tradition or thing in cricket. Get rid of that ball. What do you do? What do you do with that? Not only is it moving so much, it looks like it's coming fast, really fast. Oh, man. I don't know if this is true, but I was looking at this guy when he was standing around the other guys. These guys, swingers, look like they're taller, maybe. Because Shane Warne, he wasn't necessarily tall. He was like the other guy's size, but I've seen this guy and a few others, they look taller. I don't know if that's something that helps with this kind of bowling or not. Maybe it was just a coincidence. I like when the batter just looks and says, I have no idea what just happened. It really, it shows the difficulty of this. He looked so prepared and balanced, and yet it still got past him. That must be a surprise to him. Oh, geez, that was just nasty. That was just crazy. From the left-hander way wide. Wow, that's brutal. That's brutal. That's amazing. I look at that and I have this cricket ball, and it's hard to believe they get this ball to move so much in the air or off the bounce, because it's usually, like, I would think like lighter balls would be easier to move around, like if you know what a wiffle ball is. But to move this, the strength in the fingers and the wrists and the technique involved is something I just cannot comprehend. I'm gonna have to watch some, like, how do they do it, because I really have no idea how they do it. Those looked a lot faster than the ones I've seen. Is that typical, or the swing bowlers typically bowling faster? I think they're bowling faster than the spinners, I know that. And I'm not sure where Yorkers fit into this in terms of speed. But it's funny, every time I watch one, when I watch the spinner, it's like, that's unhittable. When I watch this, it's like, that's unhittable. When they're moving the way they are, there's a lot of variables in this game, and I'm sure the batters have just as many ways to try to deal with the variations from the bowlers. It's a crazy game. It's so complex. I would have never guessed. If you liked it, subscribe. We'll do more. We'll learn more about cricket, because there's a lot to learn. And I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to take a look at Yorkers. What they are, I'm not sure. It's a video called Unplayable Yorkers Compilation. I know it's from cricket because it's from a YouTube channel called cricket.com.au. Now, I watched my first bit of cricket in a video a few weeks ago called Cricket for Baseball Fans, so I learned some of the rules. I've always known there's a game called cricket, but living in the US, I was just never exposed to it, unfortunately. So I know very little about it. A lot of people commented and said I should check out spinners and Yorkers, and I believe they are what are called bowlers. Now, spinners, I have a feeling I know kind of what they're all about. I'm guessing they spin the ball in some way. Yorkers is a complete mystery, so we're going to find out if I can figure out what a Yorker is just from watching this video, Unplayable Yorkers Compilation. It'll be interesting. If you like the video, please subscribe. That would be great and very appreciated. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll be making more videos on cricket, rugby, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's figure this out. Let's figure out what Yorkers are all about.
Oh, doesn't matter now. Get that one up, India. That's a great bit of bowling by Brett Lee. Full and straight. The zing bails, that went everywhere.
It's clearing the front toe out and then the back toe. And it's stump cam curtains for you for a little while till the technicians
See, I think it can't hit their leg, right? The ball can't hit their leg, or else it's an out. If it's going towards the stumps, I believe. Oh man, that
was the one they needed. He went over
that
the
looked
wicket.
like he was
He's got
coming
him.
fast.
Saw that one right up there, and his aggressive instincts took over.
It looked like it bounced right at his feet,
But that's a beautiful piece of bowling.
Oh, what a delivery from
man.
Malinga. In swinging Yorker.
Yeah, you got to get that leg out of the way, I guess. Wow, that's interesting. It looks like they're bouncing.
Yorked by Jeff Lawson.
I've seen, in the first video I saw a lot of them were bouncing a few feet ahead of the batter, and then I learned there was a thing called a full toss, which is usually not done because it's fairly easy to hit. I was informed, but these look like they're coming fast and hard, for one thing, and it looks like they're trying to bounce it right at the guy's feet.
Right up into the great Yorker length, and Jeff Lawson's arms aloft.
Hit at the non-striker's end.
Oh, he's bowled! Second ball. The first one was a wide. The second straight through him.
I think hints of swing, comprehensively bowled, as we say. It's a wonderful delivery by Mitchell Starc. Feet really nowhere. But what can you do when the ball's coming at 150 and swinging around corners?
Yeah, that looks like it bounced right.
Crashed into off stump, and I think he was.
Yeah, it looks like they're bouncing it right where a batsman or a batter would normally make contact. And so they're having, like the bat is like straight down, it looks like trying to protect from that because the ball's bouncing right there. That's tough pitch.
Glenn McGrath with 2 big strikes near the end of the day.
Got to get Bailey on strike, you would think. Oh, perfection.
That was just
from
smoked.
Pat.
Just a picture-perfect Yorker.
Yeah, excellent. It
Oh,
was actually
base
probably a
of the
full toss
stumps.
if he stood his normal ground, but he backed away. He was looking for third man on the
That's
Bunnings
quick.
Warehouse replay, Flem.
This ball here. And now he's got 3% from his last 2 overs. That is class bowling from Jofra Archer.
He lost that completely. Didn't look to me as though he saw it from the moment it left.
One thing, a big difference between cricket and American baseball is that the batsman or the batter moves a lot from side to side. It looks like from pitch to pitch. Sometimes he's almost in front of the stump. Sometimes he's one way or the other, one direction or the other. Whereas in baseball, the batter's like in a batter's box and he's staying there and he's, it's not, there's no variables. These guys look like they're sometimes standing in front of the stumps or the wicket, but if it hits their leg, I think it can be an out. So they've got to, if they do that, they've got to get the bat out in front and knock it somewhere, I suppose.
Wasim Akram's hand. It was a great delivery.
Excellent delivery. And that's hit Steve Waugh on the back foot. There's nowhere else that could have gone, really.
Bowled in with the Yorker.
It looked
Beautifully
like he
bowled
hit
that
that, but I
fastball.
guess
He
not.
really deserved that wicket. Yorker after Yorker.
And you see an overbowled like this one, Tony,
Oh,
and
no,
you
it
just wonder
bounced off the
why
stump.
some
I
of the
see.
fast bowlers can't do it a little bit more consistently.
That's Yorker and bang. That's broken the pegs, I reckon. That is a cracking delivery.
Half sweep cross bat shot again. That's too quick.
Yeah,
Bunnings
yeah,
Warehouse
yeah.
replay. Middle stump out of the ground.
Look forward to seeing stump vision.
That looks like that pitch was coming so fast. I wonder how hard that is. 85 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. And look I never thought, those are Nike cricket shoes. I've never thought about cricket shoes. I would imagine they have spikes or something. Spikes because they're playing on grass, I would guess. But that broke the stump. that was
one too. If it's still
beautiful, man.
producing a signal.
Well bowled. He doesn't need it.
Oh shoot, I saw that, didn't I? I saw the scratches.
hit. And he did.
What are your options? Last ball of the power play to Chris Lynn. I'm going hard Yorker.
Yeah, look at all those scratches in the dirt from these guys having to try to deal with this pitch. That's tough.
Nailed it. Right, just in front of the crease, right into the base of the stump. Look how happy he is with that.
Between the wickets.
Well bowled! Josh Hazelwood.
It was a Yorker length, but swung late again. Kale Roll, all round it.
And now I know why they use those guards on their lower legs, because they're standing kind of in front of the pitch often and trying to get the bat in front, I guess. But yeah, you definitely need those.
Well, I talked about KL Rahul perhaps wanting to, or being happier to face Josh Hazelwood from the other end, and
Stuff.
That's brilliant. The
That is
reverse
brutal.
melange there from Big JK. Oh, he's happy too.
Even at the ripe old age of about 40, Jack Ellis on the Bunnings Warehouse Reaver. That's a perfect Yorker. David Hussey just looking to hit through the offside, likes to give himself a bit of room. See the zing bales flying. Mike Hussey says, see you later, bro, you're gone.
Oh, man.
See, this is one dangerous man.
Able to bowl that pace, reverse swing into alley, and be on the mark.
Here's a question for you. Please comment if you know the answer. You know, the batsmen, they can move, you know, they can move their stance sideways, it looks like sometimes, you know, but can they go forward? Can they go ahead of that line? I would imagine not. I was just thinking if they went ahead, they could catch that ball before it hit around that front line, but I would imagine that's probably not allowed. I don't know.
Every time. That is a beauty. He hasn't given up.
Got him with a beauty. Swing, he didn't worry about swinging, he worried about control, wrist release, and under the bat. Tonight.
Hodge.
You know, it looks almost unhittable when it's done well. At least not, maybe not unhittable, but hard to hit with any power, to generate any power if that ball's hitting right where your contact zone is.
Big wicket. Tate delivers when required.
That's his trademark. Look at that from on the Bunnings Warehouse replay. Hodge looking to go to the leg side. The wild thing, this is the ball he was dreaming about. Full, and to get those zing bars flying.
That is amazing. I have a question. I think I know what a Yorker is. Someone whose bowls or pitches land kind of right at the feet of the batter, probably. Now, I haven't looked at spinners yet. I'm assuming the spinners' pitches aren't quite as fast, because it's kind of maybe like the difference between in baseball, like a fastball and a curveball. The spinners might not have as much speed, but they maybe move more off the bounce, perhaps. So here's my question: Are there any bowlers who have mastered both ways? And there may even be a third way: Yorkers, spinners, and something else. I don't know. But does anyone do both? Can anyone change it up back and forth, or are they kind of defined and they do? If you're a spinner, you're a spinner. If you're a Yorker, you're a Yorker. Man, I wish this game would have been something we played when I was a kid, because it looks fun, it looks interesting, but it was not. So anyway, that was interesting. Unplayable Yorkers compilation by cricket.com.au. As I said before, it would be great if you would subscribe. I would appreciate it. I would appreciate any comments answering some of the questions I asked, and likes and all that stuff. So thanks for coming by. I'll see you later. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Today, you and I are going to watch a video on Shane Warne. And to be specific, a video titled Shane Warne's Top 10 Wickets of His Career from a YouTube channel called Crick Now. When I first started learning about cricket a month ago, 5 weeks ago, I knew nothing about it. Now I know a little about it. And one of the things I do know is the game has an amazing amount of variations and variables and different position placements, fielders, and different styles of bowling. Now, from my first video, I got a lot of comments that said, look at Shane Warne, watch Shane Warne. And so that's what we're going to do. He's a spinner, I think. I don't really know what that is, but from the name spinner, I can kind of imagine what I think it is. So we're going to take a look at his top 10 wickets of all time, which I think means his top 10 outs of all time. I know that he's a legend of the game. He's from Australia, and I know he unfortunately died pretty young a few years ago, unfortunately. So we're going to take a look at Shane Warne and his style of bowling, which was, I believe, called spinners. He threw spinners. I've got my cricket ball to practice with, and let's take a look.
To many, Shane Warne is the greatest spinner to have played cricket.
Spinner.
The Australian legend is definitely the most successful leg spinner to have played the game. With the 708 wicket from 145 tests, the first player to reach the milestone of 700 wickets, he certainly has the numbers of an all-time great. The knowledge that he was capable of ripping a delivery clean past a helpless batsman's bat and pads and straight into the stumps made every one ball worth watching. Here are the Shane Warne's top 10 wickets of his career.
The person doing the narration said that Shane Warne was a leg spinner. I'm not sure if that is. I'm not sure if that is what a spinner is, or if there's a spinner and a whole a variation of that as a leg spinner. I don't know, but he described him as a leg spinner. So if you happen to know, you can help me out in the comments what that means.
Number 10.
The beige.
Oh, he's bowled him round his legs. Yes, he's got him round his legs. That's beautifully bowled.
Wow.
Shane Warne. Rolling wrong and after wrong, and then he throws one out wide into the rough.
Oh, behind him.
That's an
Man.
absolute beauty.
I didn't see that at first. That's incredible.
Number 9.
Again?
He's done him between his legs.
Oh, between his legs. Wow, that must be a strange feeling if you're the batter, thinking you have everything sort of covered. Wow.
Number 8.
Nice bowling. Round his legs.
Where did
that
that
was
go?
Turned up the hill, maybe a little bit out of the footmarks. And the bowlers follow through, but it's the end of Michael Atherton in this England second innings. That'll end the chat.
It's a terrific delivery. We'll talk about action.
England against Australia. That's a test match, I think, because they're wearing the whites.
On the ball, spinning the ball up the hill. To the sweep
Oh,
shot. It
man.
just comes out of the rough area and does it spin. He loves it when that happens. He goes round the back, going for the sweep. Action on the ball. It's spinning like a top.
That must be such a strange feeling because obviously, you know, the batters he's going against are elite world-class, you know, cricket players as well. It's not like he's doing this to you know, just amateurs or people who don't play. It must be such a weird feeling for the batter to think you have things kind of in place and have a ball go between your legs or behind you. That's incredible.
Number 7.
Oh, beautifully bowled. That's a wonderful delivery from Shane
He
Warne.
looks shocked.
Clipping the top of off stump. That's absolutely exactly what the Australians needed.
And this is the perfect leg spinner. In drift, it pitches outside leg stump and hits the top of off. We thought this wicket might turn. It's certainly turning.
It's turning. Wow.
Number 6.
Wow.
Well, bowled him around his legs.
That,
Beautiful bowling.
how do you get a ball to
Superb
bounce
control.
like that?
Powell just lunging forward. Spun enough to take leg stump. His 80th wicket in 2005 for Shane Warne.
He looks young there.
They brought in the leg gully. He's tried to glide it past him and it's knocked over the leg stump.
Oh, behind him.
Long way.
The guy looks back and
It's a little
says, "What
easier now for
happened
Sarwan,
just now?"
now that he's got
Number 5.
got him. That's well bowled, Shane Warne. What a wicket that is. He really does have a bogey with this Test century. He was playing well enough to get a Test century today. That one's.
You know, I mean, if you're the batter and you get out, I'm sure a lot of times you're angry. You think you did something that you could have corrected or made a mistake, and you could have done something differently, or whatever. But when you get out with this kind of thing, it's like it seems like you almost got to say, well, that's just too good. Nothing I could really do with that one.
Gone a long way.
Number 4.
Right through him. Beautifully bowled by Shane Warne. He's tossed it up. He's got it in the rough. And he's spun it back through the gap. And there's wicket 526.
I don't see.
Fantastic. There's a big celebration going on there. Shane Warne getting a pat on the back all round. A booming cover drive. The man they wanted is on his way back to the pavilion. Shane Warne has eventually got him. He's got him with the delivery that he's been working at. Out of the rough there. And look at him celebrate.
Does the I have no idea how he gets the spin. You can see when the ball's in the air, the spins are just so fast and tight. But I know a cricket ball is harder and heavier than a baseball. I'm wondering if these, when a spinner does that, does the ball move in the air? Does it curve at all in the air, or does it just kind of go straight and then bounce off dramatically when it hits? Because this seems like maybe too hard and too heavy to curve much in the air, but it sure takes off when it bounces. I don't know. Maybe they do curve it in the air. It's amazing.
Number 3.
In Test cricket in England.
Wow, he's way over to the left.
And he's done it.
Once again, the batter just looks and says, like, what just happened here?
And that's all it needed.
Well, that has turned about 2.5 feet. Gatting can't believe his eyes. Gatting, one of the better players of spin bowling in the world. The ball pitches well outside leg stump. And
Number 2.
Oh man, and I think it hit the far left stump. That's how far it moved.
It did side and
Oh man.
quite beautiful. That's good bowling, change of tactics round the wicket. Whatever Warne was planning.
God, when he first started that last one, he was kind of way left, but by the time he released it, he was kind of in the middle. It's just another example of how many variables are involved. I'm sure they can go side to side and release it, and it'll change things a little bit. It's hard to figure out if you're not knowledgeable about it. No. Like it looked like the batter knew what was going to happen, and he tried to adjust for it, but it was still just too much movement to adjust for.
Number 1.
last ball of a day's play.
Absolutely brilliant from Shane Warne. He can bring things out of nowhere.
Magnificent piece of bowling from Warne. He's made a few batsmen look a bit foolish over the years, and there's no disgrace in Andrew's career looking a bit foolish, but he did here.
Wow, that's interesting what the announcer said at the end, how he's made batters look foolish. It's like it would be easy for him to make me look foolish, and most people look foolish, but to make the best batters in the world look kind of stunned by what they just saw is incredible. That's true of every sport. When anyone does anything at the elite level of any sport, they're doing it against the elite of the sport. it makes it even more impressive. That's interesting. You know, I'm wondering, you know, these are, it says the 10 top wickets of his career. He throws spins, I guess, all the time, throws spinners, but do they just not break quite as much as these 10 did? These 10 look like extreme, like unhittable. I wonder if just his normal spinners are, they still move, but just not quite as drastically. And the batters seemed balanced. They weren't like awkward or off balance. They seemed like they were in the position they wanted to be in, and yet they couldn't do a thing. They were kind of just had to kind of watch it and just, you know, just accept it. You know, I would think at that, when they do that much of a movement, it's kind of hard to deal with if you're a batter. That was interesting. Now I definitely know why they call them spinners, because they spin. I would love to know the technique. I'm sure I'm going to have to take a look at some of the technique and how it's even possible. But anyway, hope you liked watching Shane Warne. I did, the Australian legend. If you liked the video, it would be very cool if you subscribed. I'd appreciate that. Like, comment. I know I asked a few questions during the video, so if you want to comment and give me the answers, I would appreciate it. Until next time, see you later. Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Today, I'm going to continue on my cricket journey, and I hope you come along for the ride. Today, we're going to look at bouncers, specifically a video titled 10 Killer and Dangerous Bouncers in Cricket from a channel called Cricket Best Clips. And, you know, I've only been, you know, a month or two ago, I had no idea what cricket was. I'm getting a little better at knowing what it is, learning a little at a time. It's a complex game. I've taken a look at a few different styles of bowling. Shane Warne, the spinners, and swing bowling, and Yorkers. And I know bouncers are balls usually thrown hard. They're thrown hard by pace bowlers. They bounce short, they bounce up high. They're kind of, from what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, they're kind of intended to intimidate the batter, or thrown sometimes if a batter might be getting a little too confident or moving up a little too much or too aggressively, getting very comfortable. And these are thrown, sorry about that, these are bowled to make the batter kind of think twice. And I think that's how they're typically used. But please tell me if I'm wrong about that. So let's, you know, I want to say a few things about the ball, but I'll wait till the end of the video in case you want to stay with me. If you like the video, please subscribe and like and comment. We'll be doing more cricket videos. But for now, let's just take a look at these 10 killer and dangerous bouncers in cricket.
Oh, he's hit the helmet and he's hit him hard. Oh my! That is a nasty blow.
Are those the helmets that are breaking? Or the heads?
That could have easily gone onto the stumps.
Where'd that hit him in the chest? What is it that breaks? Pieces of the helmet? Man, you know, one thing I think these aren't necessarily considered bad sportsmanship. It's not considered like bad sportsmanship to do this. It's considered part of the game, which is interesting, which is good. But also, I don't think helmets have been a thing for all that long, maybe 30 years or something. But before then, it was played without helmets. That's crazy. That's crazy.
damage too. That is just...
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Oh, that's an up under into the throat, maybe? That's painful. That's got to be painful.
Oh, that's hit him hard. That's hit him.
Yeah, I mean, even with a helmet, it's just the impact's gotta hit hard, you know? You gotta feel that. Oh, that didn't sound good. Where'd that hit him? That sounded like it hit him not on the helmet, it was like a thud sound. I can't see. God. So, you know, I mean, the fact that that is considered just part of the game and not considered, you know, like, I don't know, bad sportsmanship is interesting, but I guess that's the way it's always been, you know?
Oh, he's hit the helmet and he's hit him hard. That's sticking the...
Well, right in the side of the helmet. You know, the thing is, even though they're getting hit, they're at least trying to evade it. You know, they're so quick in seeing the ball and knowing where it's going. They're able to at least make a move. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, if I were batting, I would imagine I wouldn't even have time. I would just like be here or whatever, be here, and the ball would be bowled and I'd be hit and it would just, and I'd fall to the ground. I mean, I can't imagine having the quickness to even try to move out of the way. It gets there so quick. But these guys are young, you know. They're young and they're the best. So they have some reflexes. See that? He was almost like, I mean, that making that move, you know, making that move to evade it is hard enough. Kind of like the Matrix thing from a long time ago. Yeah, it's just amazing. I really like the fact that it's part of the game, and I think in the past it's been done to an extreme level, and there have been problems. I've read about that, but the fact that it's done and it's just like, for the most part, looked at as part of the game, and I don't think there are like fights between the teams like there are in baseball sometimes when a batter gets hit with a pitch. So that's interesting. The thing that's amazing to me, about this game, or one of the things, is the ball, how hard it is and how heavy it is compared to a baseball. And, you know, I think I said in a video I made recently, like, I think the fact that they catch it with bare hands, without a glove or gloves, the fact that they throw it so hard and often get hit or sometimes get hit and it's just part of the game, I would have guessed, from watching those two things without knowing, I would have guessed the ball was a lot softer. I would have thought, well, it had to be softer because they catch it with bare hands. But it's not. It's not at all. Anybody who's watching who doesn't know cricket, trust me, this ball is hard and heavier than a baseball, harder and heavier. And man, you know, it's impressive. I would not have guessed. I thought it'd be like a tennis ball kind of, as far as like how hard it was, but it's not. It's like more like a billiard ball, or you know. So that's cool. That's impressive. So that's it. 10 killer and dangerous bounces in cricket. Hope you liked it. I'll talk to you later. Hey, hello, how you doing? As always, glad you could make it. Today we're going to take another look at a style of bowling, and this is pace bowling. In fact, I guess it's the ultimate pace bowling because the video is titled The 10 Fastest Bowls in Cricket History. It's from a YouTube channel called Planet Cricket, and it will be the latest in my journey to understand this game, and we're getting there, slowly but surely. It's a complicated game. But before we get to this video, I wanted to just quickly say thank you to everyone who's watched these videos, who may be watching this one now. When I started this channel a few months ago, I truly had no idea if even one person would care to watch a video of mine. And I've been pretty overwhelmed by the response. And after only a few months, as I record this now, I'm getting close to 10,000 subscribers, which is about 10,000 more than I would have predicted when I started. So that's amazing, and I'm appreciate it, and I'm very thankful. And I enjoy reading the comments. It's really been a cool thing. I'm grateful I started it, and I'm kind of overwhelmed by what the response has been. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Without further ado, 10 fastest bowls in cricket history. Let's take a look.
Got him right through him. That is a great delivery from Shane Bond. 153 k's per hour. Magnificent stuff, and they picked up the skipper this time. 2 down.
That was just flying. It looked like it was on the fly, off the ground the whole way, and kind of hit the stumps at the base of the stumps, but it was moving, man. I couldn't really tell. Well, 95 miles an hour. That's fast.
He's bowling with a bit of pace, 156.4 kilometers per hour.
He's bowling with a bit of pace. Yes, he is. That's more than a bit.
Might see something here. Oh, early doors. First pill up the tee.
Wow, that bounced high. I'm wondering when the measurement of speed is taken. Probably right when it's out of his hand. Probably that's when it would be moving fastest. So before the bounce. That's quick. That's something interesting. Like in baseball, you don't see that because the pitcher in baseball is on what they call the pitcher's mound, and he pitches in baseball without a run up, so there's no momentum going forward. In cricket, they take such a big run up that the momentum keeps going, and I don't know how close they are. It looks close, but that might just be the camera angle. But they're definitely eye to eye, which leads to more drama, I'm sure. A lot of gamesmanship.
Just needs to be a bit more on, off, and middle with that one.
Okay, so from what I get from here, these are the 10 fastest. They didn't necessarily lead to outs or anything, but they were just the fastest, the 10 fastest ever. Okay, That's good to know. Oh, that looks like
Oh, and another back.
I learned recently that the West Indies were really dominant in 70s, 1970s, 80s, maybe the 90s even. And that's what this looks like. I can, you know, you can tell from the kind of the washed out film that it looks like it's from that era.
What a good delivery there. That wasn't too short from Andy Roberts. Right up. Bruce.
You can hardly see where the ball is coming from, sometimes between his legs. And he said whenever it rips, there's enough time, he says, for you to whistle anything.
And caught brilliantly. Marsh.
Oh, did that go off the edge of the bat?
A wonderful catch.
Now, they must have some sort of mark in the grass where they've kind of walked off the steps. They must have it down to exact steps, and they start at the same time, because these guys are starting from way back and running quite fast. You know, when I looked at Shane Warne and the Spinners a couple months ago, I knew so little about this game that I couldn't even really. There was so much I didn't know that I'm looking back on it. I'm wondering. Shane Warne probably doesn't take this long run up at such speed, I would guess, because he doesn't need it. He's not trying to work up momentum to go as hard as he can, as fast as he can. He's trying to, his is more in the wrist or hand, I would imagine, fingers. But I don't recall. I wouldn't think a spinner would require so much run up though, but I'll have to check next time I see it. Oh yeah, it did come off the edge of the bat, yep. Mitch, that's a great picture. Wow.
Best Yorker in world cricket right there.
I'm not surprised.
That's 160.4.
Best Yorker in cricket, yeah. Here's my question to anyone out there who would care to answer. I would appreciate it. It looks like these, the ones I've seen they're straight. They're going pretty straight. It looks like they would be the equivalent of, in baseball, what's called a fastball. Just straight, no curves. But I'm sure these guys are probably they obviously can swing the ball and curve it in the air when they want to. And probably they do, maybe more often than they don't. But it just looks like these top 10 highest ever speeds are just when they just they're just going for pure speed, because I don't think I've seen any of these balls curve in the air like I'm sure these guys can do and do the swing bowling. But this might be just the going on speed alone and just straight and fast.
One. That's around 100 mile an hour on the old scale.
Yeah, that's right. Or is the radar overheating? Gee, he's got some rhythm, isn't he? You can see him snapping through that action. It's all.
They build up so much, like, I don't know what the word would be. I'm not an engineer, but like the momentum and the torque, whatever they do to generate the release of so much power to get that ball to 100 miles an hour.
Ball three. Play a miss. The eyes go straight up to the screen, and the crowd love it.
It's 100 miles an hour. A cricket ball does not get bowled faster than that.
That shows the speed of the run-up.
160 k's, that is 100 miles an hour.
You know, on that run-up, he kind of looks like he's jogging, not faster than a jog, but in reality, I'm sure he's moving fast, like faster than you think, because, you know, when guys can run fast, they can make it look easy. And I would imagine these guys are trying to get a lot of speed, as much as possible, to throw it at 100 miles an hour. They have to. It's impressive.
161, it is getting faster. Can you believe it? Now the world record is 161.8.
Very quick control button. Excellent. A maiden from the speedster 4 over.
That last one, especially, just in that last, what do they do? They run, they kind of take a few steps, take a few faster steps, then they go into like a motion where everything comes together, it looks like, to generate the maximum amount of power. And his looked especially, I don't know what the word would be, violent almost. It looked like he just was gathering so much energy in that last step or two. That was cool.
100.2 miles an hour. Brilliant stuff. England 7 for 1.
Oh, that's it? That's it? Okay, that's it. Wow, that's interesting, because I think I've seen some of those guys before in the swing bowling, excuse me, in the swing bowling video, and they definitely can make the ball move, but those looked like they were just saying, let's just blow this ball by this guy. Let's just, we're not going to try to fool him with a curve. We're just going to blow it by him, and that's what they looked like. Somewhere in what would be like a perfect, I think, Yorker landing spot at the guy's feet, and some were bounced pretty early and bounced high. Either way, although the ones bouncing high towards the guy's head, it's really remarkable, because if you happen to be watching this video, if you happen to be watching this video right now and you haven't played cricket, and you're thinking the ball must be kind of soft, but it's not. Trust me. This ball is heavier and harder than a baseball, if you're familiar with baseball. It's not something I would have guessed when I first started looking at this game, but now I am well aware of how hard this ball is. So that was fun. I'm wondering if all these 10 still stand today. Some of those look like they were maybe 20 years old, maybe even longer ago. There's one from the West Indies that was even in the 80s or something. So I wonder if these 10 are still the top 10. Either way, it's impressive. It's fun to watch. So anyway, there you go. Fastest bowls in cricket history. Once again, thank you to everyone who's taken the time out of their day to watch and comment. I appreciate it very much. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe, and I will see you again very, very soon. See you later. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Today, in the continuing journey to learn about cricket, we're going to take a look at the googly. The googly. What I know about the googly is I think it's something that is bowled by spin bowlers, because I read that Shane Warne bowled the same type of ball, and it was called a wrongin in Australia, which sounds like a very Australian word, wrongin, like fair dinkum or good on ya, wrongin. And so the wrongin and the googly are the same, I believe, I think, which means they're done by spin bowlers, because that's Shane Warne. So we're going to find out any other details we can find out. This video is from Cricket Best Clips, and it's called 10 Perfect Googly Deliveries. So let's take a look at the googly. If you like the video, or if you like googlies, please subscribe. Subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. I appreciate it very much. So let's take a look at the googlies.
In their shoes. Yeah. And with that even more. Barbarazan going leg side. The googly just slipping through.
So it bounced a little in.
And it's another one.
So the second guy was a left-hander, and it bounced this way. The first guy was a right-hander, it bounced this way.
The googly has deceived Dominic Drake.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, they've all three have been the same in terms of, yeah, all three have been the same in terms of the batsman's got the bat out too far away from him, like expecting it to spin the other direction, and it's spun back, and the ball's gone between the batsman and the bat. He like they put it out too far, thinking it's going to either stay straight or spin the other way, I think. I like when they look up so surprised that the ball got past them. It must be a strange feeling. Same thing, it's coming in toward the batsman. And it's like they expect it to be a little more away from them.
Quality player.
No, I know that guy, he's a legend, Virat Kohli. I want to... Like, I don't know batting technique, but if I had to guess, it looks like that is like perfect form. I mean, I'm not sure what, I know they all have the different swings have different names. I'm not sure what that's called, but whatever it is, it looks like it's like perfectly done, and yet the ball still got past him, because he looks like he's doing exactly what he wants to do and what he thinks he should do in that situation, and the ball got past him, and he must be surprised from the googly. Yeah, he looks back and it's he can't believe it. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. That's a big swing, and the same thing happened. The ball came toward the batter. You know, I just thought of something. You know, if you're familiar with tennis, like say this is a tennis ball and this is a racket, and you want the ball to hit it, if you're a right-hander, hit and keep going that direction, you know, you would spin it on the side of the ball. You would hit it with the side of the, you would hit the ball on the side and get it spinning like that. And if you wanted to, there's a thing called the kick serve, that if you wanted to hit, if you're a right-hander, if you wanted to hit a serve, and when it hits, bounce the opposite direction like these are, then you'd hit it, you'd hit the ball from kind of below and brushing up this way, and it puts a spin on it. So I'm wondering if that's what these guys are doing somehow, if they're making that spin the same, you know, the same direction as you would a tennis ball to make the same bounce. That's kind of interesting.
Was too good.
In my, I think it is, at least. Every one is the same result, getting between. God.
300 wickets in T20 cricket for Shadab Khan.
Must be tempting seeing that ball coming in relatively slow, take a big swing and miss. Oh man.
Straight through the googly.
The googly. Wow. Yeah, every single one of those googlies had the same result. The batsman just, I don't know how to explain it other than it looked like the batsmen were expecting the ball to be, bouncing, go away from them rather than bouncing and coming toward him, because every ball went between where they put the bat and their body. And I don't know how these bowlers get, this is a heavy ball. It's a heavy ball. It's a hard ball, a really hard ball. And I don't quite understand how these bowlers are able to get so much spin on this hard of a ball. You have a really lightweight plastic ball, you can spin it, but to get the finger strength and the wrist strength must be pretty impressive to get this ball to spin so much, to result in those kind of movements. I haven't looked at any how they do it yet. I'm going to do that at some point because I'm not sure how they do it, but it's impressive. I'm not sure. Do they? Here's a question if you want to respond and answer. If the more typical spin from a spin bowler is opposite of this, is sort of continuing where the ball, if it's going like this and it keeps going rather than this and this, how often is a googly thrown into the mix? Is it like rare, or is it 50-50? I'm not sure if a googly is something that they do sort of to surprise the batsman, or if it's something that's often done, or if it's like, I don't know. But those clips, those 10, every time the batsman looked kind of shocked and confused. So it must not be that common because they looked like they were surprised it came. That's my thought. You can let me know. Anyway, thank you very much for stopping by and watching the googlies. And if you like the video, if you like googlies, please subscribe, please comment. Whatever questions I ask, it would be very much appreciated if you would, maybe take the time to fill me in with the answer. That's always helpful. Until next time, thanks. Bye.